Rhode Island, as of today, in the NCAA tournament, but this is a loss they do not want on their resume. They get the missed free throw from Rose as we hit the final minute in the Bronx. Rhode Island led by 12 here in the second half, now down 1. Russell with the speed across the lane. Portley's got it. Fordham uses its last timeout with 38 seconds to go. It was 59-47, 7 minutes into the second half. Rhode Island up. Now they're down 1. Where in the shot clock, Drew, do you start your offense here if you're Fordham? How much are you taking off before you go?
There's 2 schools of thought, and I really think there's only one answer you go with here, is you take the best shot you can. You do not want to take this shot before 32 seconds because that would be rushed. If you take it before 32 seconds, you get the ball back with at least, hypothetically, 2 seconds if Rhode Island runs it down. But if you're Fordham, you can't think about that. You want to play to win the game. You can't be conservative here. You get the best shot you can, even if that's a 3. They've made double-digit threes tonight, 11 of 25. But I think you have to give it to Soriano. You go inside within 10 seconds of the shot clock, let him do his thing. Maybe it's that hook that's improved throughout this season. Maybe you draw contact at the rim. You're looking to be up by 3 because Rhode Island will get the ball back at least once in regulation.
Cologne is back in with Cobb, Portley, Ghazi, and Soriano. It is Russell, Doughton, Long, Martin, and Walker for Rhode Island. As you can see, 22 to shoot, 38 to play. Rhode Island has the arrow. Both teams in the bonus. Fordham by 1 with Portley throwing in. No more Fordham timeouts. Russell on Cologne. 15 to shoot. Cologne driving, kicking for Portley. Tipping one Soriano, trying to get it back, and he did. Up strong, he walked. .9 seconds left. Rose and Austin will come back in for defense. On the offensive rebound there, a kick back out by Soriano to take more clock, or do you like going to the rim there?
If this was last season, the shot clock would have been turned off. It resets to 20. He got that rebound with about 23. Tough to tell in game. It was a great look. Trying to draw the foul call, would have had it if he didn't travel there.
Russell sprints across, calls time, and Rhode Island will go from there. There's 17.5 now on the clock. Rhodey's got options. They've got Russell, one of the best players in America. They've got Martin, who's having a career night, although he's been relatively quiet after streaking to 24 points. And then there is the veteran in Doughton, who's got 8 points in this one. So I guess a similar question here. Are you really holding for last shot, offensive rebound, worst case scenario? Is that the plan here for Rhode Island?
Now you're down 1, you're not tied. If it was tied, you take that final shot inside 5 seconds. Now that you're down 1, you also want to get the best look, even if that's right off the inbounds to take the lead if it's a gimme inside. But I think you got to take that shot around 8 seconds, chance for the offensive rebound. And if you control the offensive rebound, Rhode Island still has 1 timeout left if they want to draw up another play. They also would have time to foul if the shot does not go down, and Fordham would only be able, with 2 makes, to make it a 3-point game. So I think this shot comes relatively quickly, about halfway through, 8 or 9 seconds on the game clock.
Now, do you want your best player, Russell, or your best player tonight, Martin, with the ball at the end of the sequence?
Fordham is going to key on one player. They've keyed on Martin down the stretch, as he hasn't been as successful. That's Russell's really had a quiet night. I say quiet, he's got 15 points. But don't be surprised if that third option, it will depend on how they break the huddle here, but like a Jeff Doughton more than likely, he could take that big shot too.
Fordham went to Rhode Island last year, won in overtime. 2 years before that, they beat a really good Rhode Island team in a game that was played in the 40s. And now here on their home floor, They are trying to sting Rhodey for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. They lead by 1 after trailing by 12. Easy entry to Russell. High screen from Walker with 12. Walker's open, he shoots it. It's Toppin on the rebound. He'll shoot free throws with 6.6 to play. Well, Antoine Walker is the last of the 5 Rhode Island players to take that shot, but he took it with confidence. Lucky to be bailed out by Toppin.
Well, you take the shot with 10 seconds, so they took it right there, and that was a brick off the back of the iron. But Doughton crashes an opportunity, now fouled with Toppin at the line.
The freshman gets the first. We're even.
And remember, no timeouts for Fordham, so if this is a make or a miss, Fordham's going to have to hurry.
Cologne and Portley come back in. Offense for defense as Rose and Austin sit. Toppin, the freshman, for the lead. Rhodey trying to escape, avoid a bad loss on their 20 resume. Nothing but net on number 2. David Cox calls the timeout. It's his last one. And I know this is a very debatable thing. You're letting Fordham set up, but more importantly, I'm getting my guys set up for defense.
And you're also getting them back and set in the proper position. They're not running back after that made free throw. Fordham, while they don't have a propensity to run and work in transition, they've actually done so quite a bit tonight. Maybe the most of any game against an A-10 opponent here this evening since non-conference play came to an end. But you're right, it's cat and mouse. Both coaches now have the opportunity to feel comfortable with final instructions. David Cox wants his defense set, and as you've mentioned, this would be a bad loss for Rhode Island, currently in the field in the NCAA tournament. This would be a quad 4 loss.
Fordham on an 8-game losing streak, just 1 win in the Atlantic 10 this season. In this current 8-game skid, though, 5 of these losses have been tough, varying forms of heartbreak, close calls. They were down 12, led by 1, Toppin's 2 free throws, and now this final possession for Fordham. Portley will trigger. It comes into Cologne quickly. Cologne across the timeline, chased by Martin. Cologne goes all the way, put it up, no. One tip isn't there, and Rhodey survives. They blow a 12-point second-half lead, but escape by 1 with Jacob Toppin's 2 free throws with 6 seconds left. Another close call, but another loss, meanwhile, for the Fordham Rams. Their best offensive output in more than 2 months, but it does not equal another win. 76-75, a thriller won by Rhodey. A timeout will come back, the winning coach and a winning Ram after this on ESPN+.